Today, I am going to speak about a very basic question which is asked in a job interview, especially during a campus interview for students. Tell me something about yourself. Now, this is where most of the students make a mistake. They start repeating what is already in the resume. I am so and so person, I have studied in so and so school and college, I belong to this place, this, that. They actually detail an answer, but that is not exactly what a recruiter is looking for. When you are introducing yourself, you are supposed to speak something interesting. Generally, this is the first question. So, in that first question, you create a first impression, which should also become a lasting impression. So ideally, don't just make it a formality of repeating what is already in your biodata. Speak in a very creative way, and you need to prepare a bit for that without making it very, mugged up or, just learned by heart. You can say, I am a so-and-so person. You can tell your name. Myself, say Rahul, and I belong to so-and-so place. Like suppose we say, I am from Shantiniketan, West Bengal. And I am a very creative person. I am very friendly. I want to make a career in engineering or in management. So, in less words, in few sentences, you try to communicate more. So basically you can say that I have played cricket, I have been a captain, I have leadership abilities. So, maybe in a 40 to 50 second introduction, you should be able to give an impression of yourself which is in a positive way, without repeating what you are exactly doing. So basically, they already know your employment form, they already know what you have filled up. So they want to ask you further questions. So in your introduction, you actually, you can take an upper hand and you can tell the recruiter what kind of person you are. So where you come from is important. That shows your origin. That place might have a traditional, heritage, some kind of a history, like I spoke of Shantiniketan or Murshidabad or Midnapur. So people can ask you some questions from that place, that what is special about that place? Why is that place famous? Any, famous person was born there, or any particular place of, interest like historical or modern is there. If there is any particular food. So that kind of questions might be asked. So you can really, create a very bonhomie, a kind of friendly situation in the interview. So this is something I want to tell you. Don't make it too lengthy, don't talk too much, but give some adjectives, some examples. I want to build a career, say in telecom, or in manufacturing, or in automobile, or in, say, maybe banking. So this kind of, some kind of a boundary you give, and this you can really customize or make it tailor-made for that given company. But yes, you have to prepare for that. You can also mention a few hobbies, like I like reading books, I like swimming, I like playing the guitar. But please remember, the moment you say this, like if you say that I like reading books, they can tell you what is your favorite book, what is the last 2-3 books you have read. So you should be prepared with that. If you are having an extracurricular background, like if you have performed well in extracurricular, you have some prizes, like you have represented your school or your community somewhere, like in a football team captain or a forward or a fast bowler, you can mention these. Because any recruiter today looks for a, all-round personality, not just, somebody who is academic. And of course, you should mention certain things like I have good experience by doing an internship, or I've done some research papers. So whatever you do, you can really put that in few words, in few sentences, within maximum 40 to 50 seconds. Don't go beyond 1 minute. Too lengthy introduction makes it boring, and it looks like you're pushing, you're overselling yourself. So this is my message to all of you. Today in this short video, I just talked of the introduction. So if you have any questions, you can definitely put in the comments. I will put in some, dummy, some prototype introductions. But again, I repeat, don't mug up. Don't try to learn by heart, because that looks very, very artificial and nobody is looking for that. Another thing I want to mention before I close this short video is that please speak in your own level of English or vernacular, whichever language you are using. Nowadays become very easy. You write it down in, AI software like ChatGPT or Google Gemini, and you get a very, very artistic English there. That is good. but then you mug it up, and when you're speaking, your pronunciation might go wrong. You sound very unnatural, and that is something which should be avoided, because AI should be something which will help you to make yourself better. It should not replace you. So that is my message to all of you. Wish you all the best for interviews. I will be coming back with further videos where we'll take up the other questions of interviews. Thank you so much.